Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at EOS, and before we do, if you want to join my Telegram chat, it's free, it's all in the description below. So it's just a Telegram chat basically. Quite a few people there, but if you want to take it another step further, I do 2 live streams a week, and that's for Patreon members, £7.50 a month. Right, so without further ado, let's have a look at EOS for what it's worth. EOS on the weekly looks pretty awful. However, you could argue that we might be looking at an absolute bottom support zone down here, and again, this is just a very rough zone. It's between it is very rough, but it's basically between 900 and 1,000 sats. Could be a potential area for bottom. We previously, the last video I was making, we had this nice fix, and again, this is a weekly chart, where we were finding support, and oh my god, breakdown. Terrible thing to see there, because we were having a nice uptrend of support, but it ended up breaking down. Now this in itself obviously isn't good, because we've broken down from a level of support which was uptrending, but it could just be another sign of what is a very long period of accumulation, and the accumulation versus tether is more evident, and it's something that we on this channel have seen, in the past. So the first accumulation was outside of this downtrend here, so we broke out of here and we started accumulating just around here, the bottom level being 3, and I suppose the top area is about $3, between about $2.20 and $3, right? So once we broke out of there, we came into this first, I suppose, major bullish phase, right? And when you think about what this looks like, we'll just open the chart up a little bit. We had a very nice big push to the top side, and a very big nice drop down to the bottom side, but the chart was different back down here. We had a golden cross, we had come out of a very long period of accumulation and consolidation, into a reasonable but very choppy area of accumulation. Now this is the accumulation zone, right? Look at how choppy this thing is, right? All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. This is what EOS likes to do, right? It's very hard to trade it on leverage, but patience, I suppose, can be rewarded. Now this is different now than it was back down here. We had a very good setup around here on the daily. We also had a very clear setup on the weekly, but we don't have any of that at the moment. In fact, we've got death cross, we've just got choppy range. We're in this bottom area here. This isn't really any place to be bullish. I'd be more bullish above $5.20, which would allow us to push up to 7, which would then allow us to push up to our most recent high of around about $13. Again, EOS is not for the faint-hearted. It's a very hard and very testing position to be in. Now, if we have a look at what's going here on the weekly, we've been rejected from the 10 exponential, and more or less nothing below us at this stage. If we break down from pretty much $4.40, there's not really a great deal. Well, there's nothing below us other than all the way down here, just above $3, about $3.16. So it's not a very good looking chart, I have to say, but neither would any chart look appealing when it's in a very large accumulation phase. You have a look at the 4 hourly here. We are turning down. The market's also turning down. I've just made a video on Bitcoin to suggest that maybe we will have a dump down, maybe form a Bart Simpson top over here in the short term, and possibly come down to about $45,000, and see what kind of reaction we have from there. We could also come all the way down to the $41,000 zone, which you can only imagine what that would do for something like EOS and altcoins in general. We've briefly touched on the Bitcoin dominance chart, but the Bitcoin dominance chart is looking in favor of Bitcoin and being the more predominant market cap, turning up. Now that doesn't mean that Bitcoin's going to rally and leave everything behind. It could mean that a dump is coming, and it will also drain the sats out of altcoins. It's something to be aware of, right? It's just something to think about. Now, I'm not trying to spell doom and gloom, but I hear people talk about EOS and want me to talk more about EOS because I did talk about EOS in the past, but that was because EOS had a very different setup. EOS back before here, leading up to its first big rally, was a great setup. It makes more sense to see it on the weekly here. So big consolidation, accumulation, buy in here. We had our first rally and our dump. That dump was also a dump to be bought to be buying at, because we had a conversion baseline cross above the cloud. It was perfect signal for a long-term continuation. We got that, and then we dumped harder than pretty much any top cap altcoin dumped in that period. And since then, we've not been able to form any kind of real. There's not been any buying signals. There's been little tastes and potential promises of uptrends beginning, but again they fail, because this is what EOS likes to do. It likes to fail setups because it's always at the mercy of Bitcoin. Bitcoin will bring EOS down no problem, and only until we break and hold above $5.20 can it really have any kind of potential power to break up and get up to this level. If it does do that, reclaims here, breaks up, and then actually reclaims here, then this I would expect to be the support, or at least here. We could come all the way up here and come down, and this would be our tangible support. But while we're below it, the only real support below us is actually down here, just above $3. So you have to bear that all in mind. But if there is a chart that likes to respect moving averages, previous supports and resistances, it is EOS. So we have to think, all right, when buying blood, it might feel very uncomfortable doing it. It should do. The more uncomfortable you are buying blood, the better, really. But if we were to come back down to the bottom side of the range, which is the bottom of this weekly Bollinger Band, also this area of previous accumulation ending and bull market, bull run beginning, it is just above $3, and that would probably be a buy worth buying just based upon supports. But other than that, it is going to be a rocky ride around here. The uptrend has not formed, and so far it is just going to be wait and see, and be at the mercy of the market. In a healthy market, this one will do okay. In an unhealthy market, it will not do anything, unless, of course, the bullish exchange or EOS themselves do add some more utility to it that will add some fundamental value to it. At the moment, the chart does not look very good. So for all those EOS holders, including myself, I do hold EOS. It is pretty much just like you should invest in anything, really, and think about it in terms of long term rather than a trade. There's not really any trade taking place here. If anything, it's just an investment at this stage based upon what we think is going to happen in the future. The previous setup that we were looking at has failed, and so we just recognise that has failed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.